Today I'm sitting down with three incredible ladies from Republic National Distribution Company. My guests, Molly, Stormy, and Katie, represent a powerhouse in the liquor and wine distribution industry with decades of combined experience. From managing hundreds of accounts across the New Orleans area to navigating challenges like product shortages, this team knows how to keep the industry moving. We'll dive into their unique journeys and their secrets to success that makes their team the best in the business. Let's get into it. Molly, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for being here.
And of course, anything for you, Rami.
Thank you for bringing the ladies.
Of course.
How did he convince them is the question. Let's start there.
All right. I said, guys, we cannot tell Rami no.
Is that true?
Yeah, kind of.
Really?
Yep.
Pretty much.
That's our philosophy.
That means a lot. Thank y'all.
Yes.
We're like, all
They
right,
are freaking
only
out.
for you.
They love you.
Yes.
That's how much they love you that they're here.
I love y'all more, and y'all know I'll do anything for y'all.
Thank
Sweet.
you.
So
Super
if y'all
sweet.
called me last night and told me to pick y'all up, I would
Beauty.
have.
You've brought us home before?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
have.
have.
Yep.
I
You were like,
have.
no, y'all are not taking an Uber. I'm going to bring you home.
Yep.
Absolutely. No, if I'm there, I'll bring anybody. Because like I said, when I do drink, I'm not like, I really never get like wasted. I always remember everything. I'm
I'm going
always.
to take one out of Rami's book.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I always get wasted.
The thing is, I have to stay on tune. I got to respond to my emails all the time. You know, like I can tell you now, I shouldn't have any emails. Let's check.
Psych. It's probably a 7 sitting
Right.
there for you.
Ah, dang it. I have 5.
Oh. Is that a lot or little for you to have since you last checked?
Well, I was standing there. I had 0. So how long we've been talking for?
Yeah.
A few minutes.
Yeah.
Five emails.
Wow.
But yep, it's all good. So Molly, tell me a little bit about RNDC. What do you do for RNDC? What's RNDC? What does RNDC stands for?
RNDC stands for Republic National Distributing Company. We distribute liquor, wine, non-alcs, mixers, things like that. I've been with the company for 7.5 years.
That's awesome.
Stormy,
11.
11,
And 9 for me.
9.
we're old.
Yes.
I wouldn't call it old. I would call it experience.
Seasoned.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Seasoned.
yes.
We're
That's
seasoned.
right.
Experience.
Yes.
Experience. You guys can get things done.
We try.
Yep,
You know, is it accurate that you have the best team, Stormy?
absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's what I hear. I hear you have the best team, sales wise. And what's your secret? What's your secret?
Empathy.
For real. But how do you motivate your team?
I mean, I just try to work with them, you know, be there for support, do whatever I can to help them.
How many people work under you?
Right now I have 6.
6
Seven
people.
now.
7
Yeah,
now.
you have 7.
Yeah.
And what's your district? What do you cover?
I mean, anywhere from West Bank, downtown, uptown, Metairie. I have it all.
That's awesome. Now you are Molly's boss.
Yes.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
And where does Katie fit in the equation?
Katie is our specialist.
side.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
specialist.
For Proximo.
For Proximo. Our
That's
wealth
awesome.
of knowledge right here.
Yes.
Our go-to girl.
That's it. That's it. So Katie used to be our rep before you became our rep.
Yes, yes. Katie did it all, and I just walked into it.
Yes. I'm the best.
She
Katie is.
Katie built
We will
it.
agree.
Yes,
She
Katie
did.
built it. You know, the foundation I believe was Alicia. Then Katie built it, and Molly just collecting.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
walked in and said, okay.
I'm here for it.
She got
Let's
lucky.
make money. I
She
know,
got lucky.
Let's make money.
We almost bombed the whole thing at one point when Katie was on maternity leave,
Yep.
but, you know, we figured it out.
Won't let y'all
Yep.
fumble.
So Molly, you said you've been with RNDC for 7 years or 8 years?
7 and a half.
7 years, 7.5 years. What did you do before RNDC?
I went to college.
She was a baby.
I started when I was 22. So I
Fresh out.
graduated college in May, and then I applied. There was a position open. I applied, I think, in June. Got a call from Stormy and interviewed with her, and then I was hired maybe a week or 2 later.
That's awesome.
And the rest is history.
And
That's
here we
it.
are.
Here you go. Did you work in a restaurant business before?
So I had a college job where
Yeah.
I worked at a restaurant called Charcoals. It was on Magazine in Jackson. Now it's Deanie's. So I would work there like
It is Deanie's. What was it called before Deanie's?
Charcoals. It was a burger place.
They had like all
They did
weird
exotic
burgers.
meats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes,
Oh,
yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I wonder why they didn't last. I mean, they had good burgers, if
They
I
did.
remember.
I'm not sure.
They had good milkshakes too.
Yeah.
And they even had
Adult
adult
milkshakes.
milkshakes.
I had to make those.
Nice. So you worked in the restaurant business, and why did you decide to leave the restaurant business alone?
It was a summer job, so I would just always go back to college and have fun.
Where you went to college?
LSU.
LSU. Go Tigers.
Go
Go
Tigers,
Tigers.
baby.
Go Tigers. How about you, Stormy? Did you work in the restaurant business before?
I did not.
Really? So what did you do before RNDC?
I worked for a law firm.
Interesting.
I know.
Did you go to law school?
Nope.
So what?
So
how did that go?
I know,
Like-
right? Okay, so funny story. So I was in college, thought I wanted to be a nurse, and then like halfway through, taking all the classes, I'm like, I don't even like blood. Like how,
Yeah.
literally, how am I
I
gonna
have the same story.
How am I
kinda,
gonna do
yeah.
this? Literally, how am I gonna do this? So I took a little break, and I had a friend that was working for this law firm. So she was like, we have a position available. Just some help around the office, helping the secretaries, like ordering the supplies, things like that. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I did that for a couple years, and then I asked them if I could work part-time and go back to school to get my marketing degree, and they were like, sure.
That's awesome.
So I worked there Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, went to school Tuesday, Thursdays, and then my entire family was in the alcohol industry, literally. So my father-in-law worked for Glazers, my husband worked for Glazers, and one of my brother-in-laws worked for Glazers. And then I had my mother-in-law at Republic and the other brother-in-law at Republic. So I was tired of working in an office. They did have a marketing position open that I was thinking about taking, but I was like, I can't do this office job anymore. So applied for Republic, and here I am.
That's awesome. So you did you finish school with marketing? Which school you went to?
UNO.
UNO.
I stayed close.
I went to UNO.
Did you?
Yeah.
I wanted to go to LSU, but a boy kept me here. Big mistake. Big mistake.
a girl did not keep me here, but financials and work kept me here. LSU.
That makes sense.
As everybody knows, LSU is a party college. You go
What?
to LSU.
I did go to LSU.
Yeah, no.
And I partied.
Yeah. So,
I still party here.
Yep.
is that where you met your husband?
Yes.
You met your husband at LSU.
Yep.
What did you graduate with?
Marketing degree.
How about your husband?
He is biology.
Biology. That's awesome.
Yep.
How did you end up at Republic?
So kind of similar to Stormy, I was working for an architect though, doing marketing and business development, and I was stuck behind a desk, like literally 8 to 5 every day, and I was bored. I hated being
Don't
at a
y'all
desk
hate
job.
these desk jobs? Like I barely go to my office. I really
Yeah.
hate sitting behind a desk.
Yeah,
It
we
just-
know
Same.
you're a hard man to track down.
I know.
The thing is, I don't like to sit in the office. It's just boring.
Yeah.
It's,
I don't like it
and
either.
The
especially-
time just
You're
so
counting
slow.
down the time to
Exactly,
leave.
and
Yeah.
nowadays with the technology that we have, like I feel like we have a computer in our
Absolutely.
pockets.
Yep.
So we really don't need to be sitting on a desk, in my opinion. But
Agreed.
So you hated it, and
I mean, the job was fine, but it was slow, it was boring, it was not my speed. So I started applying. I had a friend who worked at Republic, so he would tell me when jobs would come up, and then I would just kind of send him my resume, and he would put it on the right desk.
that's awesome.
So her story is actually funny because she started on the retail side. So she was
Yes.
in the grocery stores building
Oh,
these
wow.
big ass displays.
It's mostly for guys. Like, there's not really girls that do it because it's like physical labor. And so, I started there. And I started in like New Orleans East and Chalmette. So I had kind of a rough territory.
Say the
Can
Bacardi
we
story.
please
It
tell
was
the
a
story?
Bacardi, yeah.
Can we please tell the story? It's my favorite.
I don't want to tell that story, but I will tell you guys 1 week after I moved to the on-premise side of things, the Winn-Dixie, where like was one of my accounts I went to every, I don't know, Tuesday or something like that. There was a homeless person fight. 2 bums got into a fight. One of them lit the other one on fire. And the guy, I think he died. And I was like,
wow.
that was my account. Like,
Yeah,
I was
right.
there a
You've
week
been
ago.
there,
Yeah. So then I was like, I'm
Wow.
glad I'm out.
Yeah.
Katie would have witnessed the whole thing.
Right?
If you were there, maybe you would have stopped it.
Stopped it? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I ran to my car. Like,
Just
peace
drove
out,
right
guys.
off. Best of luck to y'all.
She would have
Stopped
probably
it.
quit the job and
Yeah.
everything. So tell us the difference. Is good thing you mentioned something about on-premise and off-premise. What's the difference between the two? A lot of people don't know what's on-premise and off-premise.
So on-premise is bars and restaurants, pretty much. So all of your accounts we would consider on-premise. Retail is going to be off-premise. So anything that like you buy and you drink your stuff off the premises.
So
versus
all
we're drinking
Rouse's,
on
Walmart's,
premises.
Winn-Dixie's.
Absolutely. And you mentioned something else that's very accurate. Is there a reason why, I mean, that's going to sound a little bit sexist, but is there a reason why they hire male for off-premise and
It's
women?
it's a lot of physical labor. And so I think women don't really want it necessarily.
And we mess up our nails.
Yeah.
I hear you.
We don't want to mess up these pretty nails.
Yeah.
We did it during COVID. That was enough.
Yeah. I did it for a
during
year.
COVID, you guys had to switch. A lot of reps had to switch to do a lot
Republic
of
definitely took care of us. Because when you look at Glazers, I mean, they furloughed their whole on-premise
Yeah.
team
Yeah.
the whole time. And they kept us on. They just put us in the grocery stores, kept paying us.
It was cool to see what they did, though. I
It
know
was.
you knew, but I
Right.
only heard
It
what
was
they
fun.
did. But it was cool to be there and just see, oh, this is like what a reset means, or
Yeah.
this is what this means, you know?
Absolutely.
We had fun doing it.
That's
a good time.
awesome.
And I'm back in it now because I have on-premise and off-premise now.
Nice. But you don't have to lift up boxes and break the
No,
nails.
I can just go sell in and then be
Yeah.
like, bye.
Are you
Yeah.
back at that? Was it a Winn-Dixie you said?
I'm not back at that one. That one actually shut down probably like shortly after the homeless fight.
Molly, what's your daily duties? What do you do every day?
So I basically deal directly with the customer. I'm a sales lead, sales rep. So I just figure out what the customer needs, make sure they get their product on time. If they need any sort of point of sale, like barware, anything. If they need me to print the menus, just things like that. I kind of deal directly with the customer.
That's awesome. How many customers do you have?
Over 100.
Really? So how do you keep up with all these people?
Time management and be addicted to your phone, essentially. Just
Literally.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Addictive to the phone.
you
I
have
mean,
to be good at looking at your phone, because some people, good for them. I wish I was kind of like that, but you really have to know and be attached to your phone, honestly,
Yeah.
with this job.
I mean, whenever we're meeting, like, we're always like, okay, none of us here are trying to be rude, but
Yeah.
we're just trying to keep up with what's
Absolutely.
happening,
Right.
Absolutely.
So we don't get behind.
So you have 100 different accounts. So do you have 100 different companies or 100 different accounts? So with our company,
Yeah, right.
it's 6 different accounts,
Right.
right? So do we consider one customer or 6 customers to
6.
you? We all consider 6. Okay.
I mean, I do have groups,
Sure.
but each one is different,
Absolutely.
and there are different managers and everything. So I consider it one, but part of a group.
Got it. Stormy, what's your role? What do you do? What's your daily routine? Besides keeping up with Molly.
Right? Right.
Besides running my route when I'm out of town.
Just managing the team. The goals that we always have. We're always coming to you like, hey, Rami, what you got going on today? Just managing them, making sure that they're, steadily getting their goals and hitting all their marks, whatever. Some of them need like a little extra push than others.
How do you motivate them?
Oof. Honestly, just helping them. Being like, okay, like, let me meet you here. We'll do the presentation together, pull some samples. Sometimes just have to light a fire under their butts.
Absolutely.
Stormy's always really good about going out into the market and like being there for her team. Because I was on her team way back when, and
For a good while.
she would meet me anywhere that I asked her to. So she's always really good about helping.
So, Katie, your new position, obviously I know because we talked about that, but this is the new position you just got in, and this is being specialist for Proximo. And this has always been, it's been like 6 months or less than 6 months?
No, less than 6 months.
Less than
but probably
6
like 3 or 4.
How do you like the new
I like it a
position?
lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get back to the Proximo specialist, but prior to that, what did you do?
I was a specialist for just like the spirit side. So any brand that we had.
All of them. Tell us your duty when you. What do you mean by specialist? When you say special, obviously I know, but Molly maybe
Common
doesn't.
folk don't know.
So how do you describe your specialist position?
Very similar to what a rep does, but I'm focusing on menus, like working with accounts like you to work on features, menus. I could do tastings pretty regularly. I'll do staff trainings. So like if you guys bring in a new product, I'll train the staff on it, let them taste it. Also working with the reps. So like
Katie's a huge help.
Yes.
Yeah, I call Molly all the time, like, hey, let's go here or whatever.
And I
Or-
call you all the
yes.
time, and I'm like, please help me.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you text me or Molly. I don't think Molly texts me on that. I mean, we're gonna talk about the text that Molly
goodness.
sends. But, when you text, you usually say, "I am riding with a vendor. I have a vendor with me." So when you're riding with a vendor, tell us a little bit about that. What do you do? Why usually vendors? When we say vendors, like Proximo is a vendor, but they have specific brand. Like they have the 3 Olive Vodka or the 1800, right? So when you have a vendor for that particular brand riding with you, what do you guys do?
So normally we'll try and set up a good day where we can present some stuff that makes sense for the accounts that we're going to. So if I have 3 olives, then I'm going to go to places that do heavy vodka business. Just set up a good day, go present, see what we can do like menu-wise for that brand.
Do you find it difficult to push a new product or a brand that is familiar? it doesn't happen often, but every once in a while, the brands get switched from Republic to Glazers and vice versa, right? So when a big brand gets switched, let's say Grey Goose, Republic had Grey Goose for the longest.
Yep.
Now it went to Glazers. And what was the last product that came from Glazer to you guys? A big product. Do you remember?
We don't get the big ones.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Luxco, was that it?
Was that?
Yeah, it was actually. Yes, it was.
Which one?
It's just like well brands that we have because we lost our major well brands, so we got
Is that
some.
McCormick? They were at Southern Eagle.
Is Luxco?
I don't know.
It's different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you do get a new brand that come from another distributor, what are the challenges that you face? Because obviously when they switch to you, you want to make sure that you're pushing that product and you're selling it. What challenges, and who usually deal with this particular? Is it you, is it Katie, Stormy, or Molly? When it comes to switching products, who usually deal with this heavy work?
Probably
That's
All
gonna
of
be
us,
me,
but
like
yeah,
the
Molly would
rep.
be them.
Okay.
just because I know day to day what you guys are carrying.
Sure.
As opposed to like they have so many things that they're doing.
And how do you usually handle that switch when you have this? Because I mean, it's a major switch, right? Now you have to run all the inventory and do swap. How do you usually handle that?
It's actually harder when we lose a brand because
We're replacing.
say we lost 3 olives
Sure.
and that's a major seller
Is
at
that
your.
a hint? Is that a hint?
I know. I'm like trying to.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
Is that
No.
a
Okay,
hint?
sorry.
I'm going all the wood.
Say we lost brand A and you use a lot of brand A.
Sure.
That would mean I would have to go into all of my accounts that do use brand A and say, look, we lost this. This directly affects all of us. Can you switch if it makes sense for you? Here are some options that we sell. So it's more of a headache when we lose it than when we gain it. Gaining it, I guess, learning who already carries it,
Right.
learning about the product, and then going from there.
Gaining it's great because it's just an extra thing in our portfolio that we
Yeah.
have to
Right.
sell.
What kind of pushback you have when you lose something, right? You lost, let's say, 3 olives. If you lost
Can we
that,
stop talking about losing 3
Yes.
olives?
Brand A.
You're making me more nervous.
Right?
Let's talk about brand A.
Yeah.
So if you lost brand A, what kind of pushback you get from the customer who have been carrying brand A for longest?
I mean, they're loyal to it already. Price point. If it worked for them, why would they switch? So that's why relationships do come in handy.
For sure.
You know?
So if you lost it, a lot of customers keep the brand. They just switch the distributor. So they went, like, let's
Right.
say Republic lost it. It went to Glazer. They keep the brand. They just stop buying it from Glazer.
Right.
Right.
So if we lost brand A and you use it a lot, we'd come to you and be like, okay, what can we do? You know, can we bring you some options to switch? And hopefully we would pray that you would keep
Right.
you would keep the business with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And obviously it affects y'all when y'all lose something. And
Particularly hard because they're 100% commission.
So that's good and bad because it does motivate me when I'm 100% commissioned to sell more. But say, you know, the summers are always bad in New Orleans. So summer is always hard. Or if we lose something,
sure.
yeah, pros and cons.
I mean, during the summer is obviously tough for everybody, not just for you, and but you in specific because it's commission. However, you will make it up during like
Right,
the busy
for
season,
sure.
like
Right.
New Year's Eve, Sugar Bowl, Super Bowl, especially now. I mean, we're looking at a great year ahead of us. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
we have the.
We're excited for it.
Very
So
excited.
with that being said, obviously the big brands, the big boys come to the city, especially when we have like the Super Bowl and Mardi Gras, right? You have the big boys come in town and they're trying to spend money. Tell us a little bit about that. I like spending money.
I don't have an expense account, so I know nothing about
No,
it.
not you spending money. I'm
Right.
saying they come in and they want to take over and they want to like put their brands to make sure the brands is super. I'll give you a great example. Pepsi.
Yeah.
They passing out flyers now to all the businesses. If you put a Pepsi brand on your balcony, they give you $1,000.
No way.
Yeah.
Are you
they-
doing it?
wow.
Yeah, we're definitely doing it. Yeah.
Wow.
So they literally have flyers and tell you, look, all we need you don't have to do anything. We will put the banner up and we'll cut you a check. We just need to use your
So you don't have to use the products there?
no.
You just have to
You
put
just
the
have to
banner
put up a
up.
banner?
Just have to put up a banner.
Do they
And
want me to
pay-
That's
drive
a
around with like
no-brainer.
stickers
Yeah.
on my car?
No, no.
Like, give me $1,000 bucks,
I don't
please.
want. I'll tell
Put
you.
them in touch with us.
Yeah.
I'll tell you all off this, but they made us a great offer. Pepsi made us a
Yeah.
great offer just to switch for 1 week from Coke to Pepsi, and I denied it. And the reason why I did not take it because I have a great relationship with Coke, and I have a contract with Coke. But I mean, they made us a really sweet deal. if you switch one soda station, we'll pay you X amount of money to do it, and we decided not to do it. So yeah, to answer your question, just for the banner, you don't have to use the product. They pay you $1,000.
That's
So with that being
amazing.
said,
I would take it.
yeah, definitely. I know liquor companies do this, not similar things, but they do similar, not the same thing, but they do similar things.
So there is legalities with liquor versus non-alc. So like Pepsi is legally able to do that. We can't pay you to do certain things. We can do a buyout and pay you for the space and everything, but we can't pay you to use our brands. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. Have y'all heard which big brand coming into the city, liquor-wise?
I do know McAllen's bringing in Bentleys
For the casino?
and it'll be
That's so fun.
But as far as like if Bacardi or Captain Morgan or something like that's coming in, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
I haven't
either.
heard of anything
Yeah.
either.
Gotcha.
Have you? You got a secret you're holding out on us?
No, I mean, every year, because in 2013 when we had the Super Bowl, the same thing. And the thing is, they come the last minute. Like, they start making the plans right after New Year's, right? So I think we're still about a month out. But they come in and they start making big plans. And I see it every time we have the Super Bowl. Like I said, in 2013, obviously you guys back then had the Grey Goose. So we had a huge Grey Goose party at Oceana. So every year, every Super Bowl, it just depends on the vendors and what they come in to spend. So back to you, Stormy.
Oh boy.
A lot of times I text Molly.
Why?
Hey,
I would like it known that I have 15 days PTO and I take it.
This is where we're going. This is where we're going. Okay.
So the 15 days PTO, okay?
Okay.
And you can roll over 5.
We're going to stick with the 15. We're not going to go to 20. We're just going to stick with the 15. So the 15 days she has to take. How do you manage filling your duties? Because, obviously you have a full-time job and filling for your rep. And obviously, Molly's not the only one, but obviously Molly is my rep. That's how I know. But you have a lot of different reps that do the same thing, right?
And some of her reps are like very tenured, so they have more days.
They have like months.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'll have multiple out on vacation at one time, and I'll be running
And how do you handle that? That's a lot
time
of
management.
work.
Yeah.
Honestly, pick and choose who you're going to go see while they're all out, who needs to be seen. If anybody needs something brought to them, I'm going to do it. But a lot of times I'll just post up and just punch orders, depending on if it's busy time or not.
That's awesome.
Yeah, summers are slower, than most, and summers are usually when everybody takes their vacations. But yeah, just time management.
Didn't you
figure
have
it out.
5 reps out at
I
one
did.
time?
That was great.
Oh, wow.
That was
Was that
good
when we went
times.
to Woodford?
Brian
Yep.
Foreman
Yeah.
took us to Nashville, so all of her reps were out. So she had to
I
run
just
all of these.
sat at my
reps.
kitchen table. I had a system.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do RNDC, I don't know, I think I should know that, but does RNDC have an online where you can put your order online?
They do.
Why you guys don't push your customers to do it?
We are all the same where we just would rather service our customers, I
Right,
feel like.
yeah.
It seems like an easy way out.
Uh-huh.
Some customers do like it, and sometimes they order the wrong thing. So then it's kind of like I have to double check their work, then reach out to them, then fix it. So sometimes it's just a headache. And I like communicating directly with the customer as opposed to them just going online and ordering.
I don't know if y'all know, but
Agreed.
Cisco make their rep make their customer place the order online.
Oh, really?
Like literally, they make them.
We had a push on it for a while.
Yeah.
They were trying to make us. And we threw it out there to customers that we thought would be into it, but
It is a good tool. Say if you're awake and you're just thinking like, what do I want? It's 2:00 in the morning and you're trying to like research products and see like what the pricing is or whatever. It is a good tool. I just prefer to communicate with my customers directly as opposed to them ordering online and then.
yeah, we don't want to get to the point where like we're no longer needed.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it will help you in that situation when you have 5 reps out. You know what I mean? It help you in that situation.
Yeah, very true. But also when the reps are out, I like to run their route because it's a way for me to talk to people and see people that I don't get to
Connect with
see
people,
often,
absolutely. Absolutely.
With having 6 of them and them having all so many accounts, it's hard to see everybody.
Gotcha.
So, it's a good time for me to just chat.
I also
Yeah.
don't love it because if something's out of stock, it doesn't offer suggestions for like other products versus like if you order with Molly and something's out of stock, she's going to say, well, we're out of that, but do you want this, this, or this? Here's
Absolutely.
some like other options.
Not to him though, because it's not on his
No,
menu.
well, we're
right?
not, yeah. We're not talking about that.
So when you said if you're up at 2:00 in the morning searching, was that shots fired at me?
That was
Yes.
100%.
You
knew
fired
it.
shots at me, so you know what? I
That
had to
was
bring it
definitely
right back.
shots fired.
I knew that's why I had to wait. I'm like, and the reason
I feel attacked.
Right?
I don't feel attacked at all. But look, I get text at 7:00 in the morning, and sometimes I respond at 7:00 at nighttime.
Or 24 hours later.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Have I done it 24? I don't think I went 24
Was
hours.
it a whole day? Did we
No.
get a whole
Sometimes
day?
it's been like a
don't
couple
know.
days, and then I'll like freak out and be like, "Did I do something wrong?" Did I do
Oh
something
man,
wrong?"
her
Does he hate
anxiety
me?
goes to here. She's like texting. She's like, y'all, I don't know if he's mad at me.
Yeah.
We're like, no.
I'm pretty vulgar when I'm mad. Right? I usually,
Sometimes you won't speak to me though. You know.
if I'm mad,
Yeah. Because you
When
might be
was the
so. I don't want to bring it up.
Yeah, don't bring up any like bad blood here.
remind me. I would love to.
This is years ago.
Tell me, what did you do?
Oh,
It
I
was
know what you're
when I
talking
borrowed
about.
the case, and I'll never do that ever again.
When you borrowed the case? Remind me. I don't even
I don't
remember.
want to talk about
Yeah,
it then.
don't bring
Just,
it back
just
up,
remind
Molly.
me. What was it?
I'm not-
I
I'm not
asked
throwing
the
it out
manager
there.
at Bobby Hebert's if I could borrow a case. I didn't go through you, which was I should have done that, and I just wasn't thinking. I don't know.
Oh,
It
Yeah.
was
So
like
this
a
is- I
Saturday
remember.
and somebody was out.
Not
Yes.
just that. This is when you first started.
Yes. So it was
I didn't
really
know
it
you.
was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had this rep calling my manager asking
Right.
to. I'm like, who the hell is she thinking
Yeah.
she is? She called my manager. I'm borrowing
Oh
stuff.
gosh. And then I
Yeah.
went to call you to apologize, and you immediately ignored it. And I was like, oh my god, I
Yeah.
really messed up.
No,
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember that.
Yes.
Look, I like to create relationships.
Absolutely.
And I think now you don't need to call me. You can go to the restaurant yourself, pick it up.
Nope.
with-
Never
Yeah,
do that.
She said,
It's not
I'm not
I learned
happening
my
again.
lesson.
She's not borrowing
Yeah.
cases
If
from
I
you.
mess up once, I'm never doing it again.
Well, like I said, it's just if I don't know somebody, I
Mm-hmm.
got to make sure that I get to know them before they start borrowing stuff.
Absolutely.
And,
I agree with you. That was a big mishap on my part.
Yep.
I totally forgot about that. Thank
Yeah.
you for
never forget
reminding
that.
me.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for reminding
We'll
me.
never forget that.
COVID was a fun time for y'all, as it was fun time for us. We had a lot of shortages.
Yep.
Obviously, you guys struggled with that, just like everybody else did, right? How
was rough.
It was really,
was.
really rough for you as a distributor and for us as customers. How were you able to finagle and do things during these tough times? I mean, it was like almost a year, 2 years
Yeah.
actually.
I mean, sometimes you would look at a back bar and you would see anything from a 175 to a 375 because
Yep.
if that's all we had.
And 175, just to clarify, is the size of the bottle from 175 to 375, just because we couldn't get consistent product.
Right.
And what was the main issue with that? Beside, I mean, I
Most
think
of it was bottling.
Yeah.
bottling was the biggest
glass.
issue.
Glass.
And then the Suez Canal had something to do with
It
like
sure
the
did.
French.
In Egypt, yep, absolutely. Yeah.
So that was an issue for like imported.
Yeah. But a lot of it was when all the factories shut down, with COVID, nobody was in there bottling and so everything was just backed up.
Yep.
Y'all had to have a meeting in the headquarter office. Did y'all, or y'all just swung it? Y'all.
That's way above our pay
Yes,
grade.
I mean-
They just
No, I'm
said,
saying they had to communicate with y'all, right? They had to look,
I
we gotta
mean-
have a game plan. Or no, they're like, oh, it's on y'all.
they were like, figure it out.
Yeah.
The
it was
worst-
pretty much like figure it out.
The worst was when we had no Jameson and no Tullamore for
No
about
St.
Jameson
Patrick's
for
Day.
like a month.
For St.
a
Patrick's
month.
Day.
It was months.
6 months? I don't remember how
A
long it was.
whole ass article was written
Yeah.
about how RNDC
Wow.
didn't have Jameson or Tullamore.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Interesting.
No
So,
sizes.
How
zero
did y'all
sizes.
deal with it? Like, I'm sure y'all had angry customers.
We did. So
yeah, we did.
we would get little spurts of shipments. Like we'd get like X amount of cases.
We
And
had
they'd
to
be like, all
allocate
right,
it.
Stormy, your team has 50 cases of Tullamore. Figure it out, And so we'd have to all get together and like split it up, figure out who our like largest customers were that used it, needed it, and and then the other ones we were just like, sorry, buddy, but you get it next time.
It was wild.
It was wild times.
So a lot of that, you guys, like when I say you, I'm not talking about RNDC. I'm talking about Molly, Stormy, and Katie. You guys had to figure out yourself how to
Yeah.
maneuver.
Literally.
There was no plan. Like,
No, you wing it as you go.
Yeah,
just gonna
it was
wing
more
it.
like a case by case basis
Yep.
because we didn't know when stuff was coming in. So, like, if somebody has an Irish coffee on their menu, it's like, okay, well, we have some Slain right now. We have some like
Right.
proper 12. We were like offering them whatever we did have, but it wasn't fun. Like,
Right.
Interesting.
we hate having to change it up so
Right.
much, you know.
so I was one of the customers that was upset. I know how I dealt with the situation, how other people dealt with it. And the way I dealt with it, I ended up taking the brands off of the menu. And that's something that you guys did not like. And it's nothing against you guys. And we had this,
Right.
we
We
had a meeting
understood.
about it,
Yeah,
right?
We
get-
totally
yeah.
understood it.
So the best way for me was to take the brand off the menu because I couldn't
You could
have...
sub whenever you
Yeah,
needed
exactly.
to.
I wanted to sub vodka for
Right.
vodka. I was able to do it. How other customers dealt with it?
I feel like some people were very understanding because they knew what was going on. Obviously, COVID changed everything for everyone. And so
They knew nobody could get it. It
Yeah.
wasn't just them.
they
And
were
it wasn't just liquor. There were shortages on everything, you know?
Everything.
So I
Ketchup.
think,
yeah.
Yeah.
so I think it was kind of just like everyone coming together and just
Right.
understanding, I guess. And if people didn't understand, you kind of, it's out of your control, but you have to be the one to apologize and try and offer solutions as best as you can.
Some of our menus too stayed branded, but they would put like a little asterisk at the bottom that said like brands may be subject to change based on availability.
Absolutely.
You know, so they tried to like make it work best
Yeah.
for them.
Definitely. What is your best moment with your best client?
Besides you?
Yes, besides...
I don't know. I got really close with one of the GMs at a hotel, and we just had a mutual understanding that like if I needed help, he would help me. If he needed help, I would help him. So sort of situation. And he loved to work with Republic. Oh my goodness, with Republic. And he would always reach out. Like if he was having events, he would ask me first, "Hey, do you have any brands that would be interested?"
That's
So I
awesome.
just really liked that relationship because he was very Republic forward.
It's also like forming the friendships too, like outside of work.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Doing the things
It's
like
really cool.
Christmas
Yeah.
parties and things like that, you know, taking you to lunch,
Absolutely.
getting some drinks, loosening up, you know,
Yep.
just having fun.
Definitely. Definitely. So, if you did not get hired at RNDC, what would be the
I
other
have
job?
no idea.
Same.
I actually, my father has been in the industry since I can remember. So I called him before I went to college and said, "What should I study to be a liquor rep?"
Wow.
And he said, "Don't do it." And I said, "I'm doing it." So he told me marketing. And then coincidentally, a position opened up. So I truly don't know. And I love what I do. Obviously, I've been here for 7.5 years. So
That's awesome. How about you, Stormy?
I feel like I would be in some type of sales. I'm just not sure what sales that would be.
Yeah.
But I think it would be something outside of an office because that was my goal, is to get out of like a 9 to 5, you
How
know?
about you, Katie?
Probably medical sales. Whenever
Medical
I was applying for Republic, I was also applying for like med sales positions or pharmacy.
So none of y'all would have been still in the restaurant business.
Well, I never was.
I never
never-
was either.
So you never had the
I
restaurant.
had like a summer job at a little pizza shop, but like it was for one summer and that was it.
So you're the only warrior in here, huh?
yes,
If
but I
charcoals
wouldn't
counts.
call it. It wasn't like I didn't wait tables or any. I wasn't a server. I did counter service.
She just made the
Gotcha.
milkshakes.
Oh,
You
got
know?
it. So you don't count.
I would say, "Hi, welcome to Charcoals. Have you dined with us before?"
No, ma'am.
Right. Okay. Well, just letting you know, upstairs is counter service, or upstairs is full service. Downstairs is counter service. So order here and sit wherever you like.
That should tell you about
Yeah.
a lot about the restaurant business. Let me tell you, if you still remember that
I know.
from
pretty
how long
good.
ago? I mean, you've been in Republic for 7
Yeah,
years,
this is probably 2014, 15.
and so 10 years ago, and she still remember exactly how she said it. That I gotta tell you, I believe every person should work in the restaurant business. I really do, because you learn communication skill. You learn people skills, a lot of different things. Well, ladies, thank y'all for being here.
Thank you for having us.
How
Thank you
hard
for
was
being
this?
here. I'm still sweating. My hands are clammy. Like I'm
It
gonna go
wasn't
take a
as bad as
shower
I
after
thought it was
this.
going to
But
be.
tell me it wasn't easy.
It was not bad.
It wasn't bad,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
still nervous for some
think you did
reason.
a
I'm
great
okay
job.
now.
Things.
You're
I
okay
think
now?
y'all did
She
a
wants.
great
She
job.
wants to keep going.
No.
I really have. I haven't even touched the list. You see
Yeah.
how big that list is?
Yeah.
I haven't touched that list, but the time is running out, and I love having conversation with y'all. As y'all know, we can talk for hours and hours.
For sure.
We appreciate y'all being here.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us.
Yeah,
I know.
thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you.
I didn't want to, make it too hard, especially Katie. I feel the heat coming.
Literally, I'm just
I
sweating.
keep looking. Is it the light heat or is it Katie heat coming from
It's me. I'm just
Amazing.
scared.
But y'all did amazing. For real, how do y'all feel about it? Do y'all...
Feel good about it.
Yeah, it was okay. I just feel like this is too close to me.
Katie looks like
We need
she's
to get her
about
out
to
of here.
cry.
We need to get her out of here.
I'm
just need to
surprised
go.
Keith. I'm surprised Keith didn't come and did the...
I know.
Yeah,
you
he
actually
got-
got it like way far.
Yeah, I
should
mean, I
just
keep
push it
pushing.
away.
Yeah, I keep pushing it, but Keith come up and he push it back to me. So well, again, thank y'all for being here. I really had a great time as always. I will do it next week again.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
I'm busy that day.
You would do it next
I
week.
would do it again.
There you go.
I'll be here.
Awesome.
I need 3 screwball placements.
Yeah. Wait, if we're bartering like that, I'll be here.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Well, happy holidays to y'all.
You as well.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all, and we look forward to 2025. I think it's going to be an amazing year.
I think so too.
Me too.
Great. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
you.
Absolutely. That's it, baby.